Boom, bada, boom, boom, boom. Word up, everybody. What's going on? Driverman here, aka Jose. How you guys doing? Drivers, passengers, customers, anybody wanting to learn? Hope you guys have been enjoying this first week of 2020 and are looking forward to what it has in store for you. So here I am reporting to you from Los Angeles. That's right, I am back from my trip in Portland. I am in my car in LA, reporting to you right here. So, Uber has decided to make what I'm going to call a California Love style of their app here for, you guessed it, the state of California. So what happened was, of course, ever since the passing of AB5, they've been a little bit concerned, kind of like fighting it, saying, oh, it's still not going to affect us. We're still correctly classifying our workers as independent contractors. We're a tech company. And then, of course, my previous video, just before this one, where I talked about how they and Postmates, are suing the state of California over AB5, saying, hey, it's not legal, and they're trying to fight it that way. And then they also have the plan to fight it if this this lawsuit doesn't pan out on the ballot in 2020 with this year. They are hoping to get it overturned. And then in the meantime, in case they don't win, that way, or I guess the way that they're trying to do it now, here's their backup plan. They're making, some kind of a different modification for the app here in California. So what happened was the chief technology officer decided, hey, let's put together some kind of a project to deal with this issue. And so what happened is he called for volunteers. Hey, let's figure this out. Let's get together and figure this out. And so what they did was they put together a team to work on what they called Project Luigi. Where's Mario, though? That's what I want to know. Anyhow, what they ended up putting together was a version of the app that's more like independent contractor-ish, let's say. So they had their own space. They gave them their own dedicated space at the Uber market office in San Francisco so that they could focus on expediting the delivery of this new app that would fix the problem and fit within the guidelines of the of the AB5, which the standards are, okay, a worker is considered an employee unless they are, number one, free from the company's control. Number two, doing work outside of the company's usual course of business, and doing the work as an independent job. So, as long as you can fit that, you're of course, boom, you're okay. You can still be an independent contractor. So that's why they've made these modifications. One of them that they're making, which they have begun to roll out in certain markets. I don't know exactly which ones, but I'll link to the article that I got this information from down below. And some of them will be rolling out probably mid-January. Well, they'll be making these more available throughout the state. But one of the features would be upfront fare knowledge. Yes, upfront of the fare. Yes, I'm knowing the fare upfront. You'll know the fare that you're going to be paid in advance before you accept the trip, so that you can decide, whether or not it's going to be worth it for you. I'm assuming that they'll show like the starting and stopping point, like they do with, like Grubhub and DoorDash. Hopefully, because that would make more sense, because that's why, those jobs do that. They offer, the price. Hey, here's what you're going to get, and this is where you're picking up and dropping off. So hopefully, Uber will be following suit with that, not just showing the price, but also showing the just drop off and pickup, so that you can determine whether or not, hey, do I really want to do this like a true independent contractor? Because, Uber drivers and Lyft drivers have never really been truly independent contractors, as far as the way that, the definition of what an independent contractor is, having the power to decide, okay, I don't want to take this job, I'll do this job, without being punished. because they've always punished. If you decline, certain rides, you're rejecting rides, then what happens? Your acceptance rate goes down, and then they punish you. They kick you out for 20 minutes, or they, threaten to deactivate you, whatever, which is not cool, because then it's, they're in control. You should have the right to choose whichever freaking ride, whichever freaking, delivery, etc. that you want to do, because it's your choice. It's your own business. You're a 1099er. So Uber is making that change so that you have more freedom in that aspect without the penalty of, getting, kicked out of like Uber Pro. So it's not going to affect, if you're Uber Pro, rejecting a certain number of rides is not going to affect your Uber Pro status. They mentioned it's not going to hurt you at all, which is good. That's the way it should have been. Good that they're making that change now, so that it fits more within, what the true definition is. So that is what they are working on right now. Of course, the bill was really made in the idea of, okay, let's do this so that, these guys will finally, Uber and Lyft, etc., will finally make these guys employees like they should be. That was the aim of the bill, was to get them, those rights, get them benefits, get them, overtime pay, health insurance, whatever, vacation pay, all that kind of thing, protect, wage protection. But, they don't want to do that, of course. So Uber, so far at the moment, is taking steps to just, fit the criteria, pass the stricter test, so that they can keep them independent contractors. Is kind of the opposite of what the bill was kind of made to do. But at the same time, it is at least good, because, for those who want to stay independent contractors, like a lot of people like myself, then you're still getting more benefits of that. It's becoming more like what it should be, as far as, you being labeled an independent contractor. So we'll see what happens with this. I think that this is definitely a good move by Uber. This is definitely good for the California drivers. Will other states follow suit? Possibly. It's possible. Will other companies follow suit? Probably, because they're just as scared about AB5 as anybody else. I'm sure Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates are all, worried about it. Postmates obviously is. That's why they, they're in on that lawsuit. DoorDash definitely is. We know that. That's why they devoted $30 million to fighting it, along with, Lyft and Uber, who also put in $30 million. So it's definitely something that they're worried about. And they'll probably, follow the example, follow the leader, like, has happened in the past. Sometimes Uber would do something, and then, Lyft will copy it. Whoever will do something, and then the other company, copies it. It's like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do that, Yeah. So probably going to happen. It's very likely that that's going to end up happening. Yeah, but that's what's going on for California. The other states, it's going to be the same. It looks like that's not going to change. They're still going to have the same kind of app, the same kind of, BS type of limitations that they've always had. So far, it's just going to be here in California, because AB5 applies to only California. But who knows? I guess, we'll see what the future holds. We'll see, how this really affects, is this good? Yes, of course it's good. Are drivers going to like this? Yes, of course they're going to like this. Unless they happen to be ones who just want to be employees, then, then obviously they won't. Oh, I wanted to be an employee. I wanted, benefits and all that. And, have to, set a certain, be in a certain schedule, and, not being able to just call in sick whenever I want, but, have to, show up to work and, have a supervisor or whatever. I don't know. Some people want that, because of the benefits that come with it. Me personally, I don't like, answering to anybody, I like being free. I like being able to do whatever I want. So I'm happy, continuing to be an independent contractor, doing, food delivery or rideshare, whichever. Doesn't matter to me. What do you guys think about this? Tell me what you think. Do you think this is a good thing? If you don't, please tell me why. I'd love to hear why. I'm open to anybody's, feedback. I'm not, the know-it-all. I'm not, Mr. Right on everything. I'd love to hear other people's thoughts. Maybe you have different ideas that I didn't think of. I'm just, basing this off of what I read, having done my homework and giving my own feedback. But you guys have your own, your own experiences and your own thoughts on this. Some of you guys have been driving for several years as well. Some of you guys are maybe newer. This is affecting you regardless, whether you're new or you've been, a seasoned Uber driver or delivery driver. This is, something that, definitely affects you. So I'm happy to hear feedback from any one of you. Let me know what you think, because everybody's opinion is worth something, right? Anyhow, guys, I hope that you have a fantastic second weekend of 2020. Get out there, drive safe, of course. Make that money, get that money. Be nice to the restaurant workers if you're out there delivering food. And rock on. Get it. Do it, baby. Do it. Boom.